seat.
20, 30 seconds.
15 seconds. Range safety systems armed. Sound suppression system water activated. T-minus 10, 9, 8. Go for main engine start. 7, 6. Main engine ignition. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And liftoff of Space Shuttle Atlantis as Columbus sets sail on a voyage of science to the space station.
Houston now controlling.
Roger, roll, Atlantis.
Columbus weighs anchor from its port in Florida. Atlantis on the proper alignment, heads down, wings level for the 8.5-minute ride to orbit, taking aim on the International Space Station for docking on Saturday. 28 seconds into the flight. The 3 liquid fuel main engines soon will throttle back to 72% of rated performance, going in the bucket, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it breaks through the sound barrier. Atlantis 3 miles in altitude, 7 miles downrange. 50 seconds into the flight. The engine's beginning to throttle back up, standing by for that call from Capcom Jim Dutton.
Atlantis, go at throttle up.
Atlantis copies, go at throttle up.
The throttle up call acknowledged by Commander Steve Frick, joined on the flight deck by pilot Alan Poindexter, Rex Walheim, and Leland Melvin. Seated down on the middeck are Stan Love and Hans Schlegel and Leopold Aarts of the European Space Agency. Aarts hitching a ride to his new home on the International Space Station. 1 minute, 30 seconds into the flight. Atlantis already 15 miles in altitude, 16 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, traveling 2,000 miles an hour. Three good main engines, 3 good fuel cells, 3 auxiliary power units, all functioning normally. Standing by for solid rocket booster separation. Booster officer confirms a good solid rocket booster separation, good staging. Guidance now converging, the onboard computers commanding the main engines to swivel, aiming Atlantis for its precise keyhole in space for main engine cutoff. Booster officer confirms main engine cutoff, now standing by for the commands for external tank separation.
A view of the external tank following separation. What we're seeing here is a venting of remaining cryogenic components inside the external fuel tank.
Rex, I'm going to try to listen to you as we watch this spectacular playback of the tank venting.
Okay, I'll check back a sec.
No, we're really here. Go ahead, Rex.
Okay, I just want to make sure when I was cycling the gear, the only switch I'm moving was the oven/RHS switch to off and then on. There's no other switches I was cycling. Is that correct?
That's correct, Rex. You did it correctly.
Thanks.
This is Mission Control Houston, a live view inside the U.S. Destiny Lab of the International Space Station. And as you can see, a banner day. It's the 48th birthday for Expedition 16 Commander Peggy Whitson. She was born February 9th in 1960. So a special day for the commander with the arrival of the STS-122 crew and the newest addition to the International Space Station, the Columbus Laboratory from the European Space Agency.
Alpha Atlantis on the big loop. How do you hear, Peggy? Andy, loud and clear, Steve. Hey, Peggy, you sound great. We're on our way. Everything's looking really good, and happy birthday.
Thanks a bunch. We're looking forward to getting you here, getting started. we are too, and I'll tell you that we got some views of your station as we were still a long way out, and it looks like an amazing star on the horizon. It just keeps getting better as we get closer.
All right, you take some good pictures of us, and we'll take some good pictures of you, okay?
Sounds like a great plan, thanks.
Alpha and Houston, Atlantis, commencing the RPM in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Alpha copies on Space Ground 2, please retransmit.
Atlantis, 4 Alpha, copy, RPM.
And with that call, the rendezvous pitch maneuver started. Steve Frick at the controls for this 9-minute maneuver. The Expedition 16 crew located in the Russian segment of the International Space Station, specifically the Zvezda service module, where Peggy Whitson and Yuri Malenchenko poised with still digital cameras and gathering detailed imagery of both the upper surfaces and the underside of Space Shuttle Atlantis.
Alpha Atlantis, in photos.
Alpha copies, please retransmit.
Atlantis relay, Alpha copies.
This video that was shot on the flight deck of Atlantis with Commander Steve Frick on the left wearing the ball cap at his station in the aft flight deck, and Mission Specialist Rex Walheim.
A look now inside open payload bay of Space Shuttle Atlantis, now 40 feet away from the International Space Station, directly in front of the orbiting complex and slowly being backed in by Commander Steve Frick. The vehicle is closing in at a rate of less than 1/10 of a foot per second. Docking expected in just about 12 minutes.
Houston, Atlantis on a big loop. We see no flyout required. We're ready to initiate final approach.
Houston copies that. Great news. We're ready for you to press on in. Just FYI, we may have a brief handover on the shuttle side about a minute prior to contact, and the ISS side just after, but either way, you should have a good big loop the whole time.
Atlantis copies, thanks.
And also expect sunrise about 5 to 6 minutes after docking.
Copy, sunrise 5 to 6 minutes after docking. Thank you.
Wearing the ball cap in the back is Commander Steve Frick at the controls at the aft flight deck. And the cap in the lower right-hand portion of the screen is on the head of Mission Specialist 1 Leland Melvin. This sequence picks up 3 or 4 minutes before Atlantis docks to the International Space Station. If you look on the left-hand side where Commander Frick is looking, you can see on the laptop computer screen he's looking at the view through the centerline camera of the pressurized mating adapter number 2, which is attached to the forward end of the Harmony node. Today's docking to PMA-2 at the Harmony node is the first ever in the history of the program.
And the flight control team confirming contact between the two vehicles, docking at 11:17 a.m. Central Time off the southwest coast of Australia.
Houston and Alpha, Atlantis, we have capture confirmed.
We're an indicator.
Atlantis arriving.
Atlantis Alpha, Houston, station free drift confirmed.
I know. A brand new room. Okay. It's so nice to see you, Dan.
We're watching now a replay of the view from inside the Harmony node as the STS-122 crew members arrive on board the International Space Station at 12:40 Central Time this afternoon, led by Commander Steve Frick, followed by Leopold Aarts, who will take over on